Okay.
Everyone, this is Aditi, our client who we're very, very proud of because she's very young and inspirational woman who started her journey working with us when she was still living back home in India. And now she's in London and she had big transitional period in her life and she still took this time to work on her wellness. So Aditi, if you just want to say hi and just introduce yourself with a few more words.
Hi. Hi. Well, I'm Aditi, and I did start the program when I was in India. That was like a big thing for me because it was really emotional because I was in India, and by the end of it, I was in London. So, as you said, like big things happen. Yes.
Yes. And also, guys, someone who is watching, if you watch live, hashtag live, and if you watch replay, hashtag replay, just so we know who is watching us. So, yes, Aditi, let's start with veganism. When we started, I think I remember you were saying that you were quite new to veganism and you also felt quite overwhelmed with like all the information and you didn't know exactly what to do. So if you can kind of talk a little bit about that, how you perceived veganism at that time and how that changed during the program.
Yeah. So, for me, actually, like I had been vegan for just about a year, but even in that a year, I was not sure about, like the moment you go vegan or you tell somebody that you're vegan, everybody just bombards you with questions like, oh, what about your protein, your health? And it goes crazy. Yeah. So I had everybody like just telling me that it's not a healthy diet, you're going to have health problems. And it really affects your mental health in a way because you're trying to do something positive here. You're trying to do something for the animals, for the environment, and everybody's just bringing you down. So that was like it was very overwhelming, and it really did bother me. So when I did go on Instagram, I joined a couple of pages. I was seeing a lot of fitness program things, but the pictures that you have on Instagram, it's not really that easy to just go home and then cook the
Yeah.
same food,
Yeah.
especially if you don't know most of it because they were very westernized. So I didn't know how to get it in India.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was still very overwhelming. And that's why I think that was a major push for me to start this program. And when I was scrolling through it and I saw it, and I was just like, okay, I should give this a try, or maybe not. I don't know, but that's how I started like talking to you and send you a message. And um, yeah, I mean, it was. I think that was a major point of me going in this journey.
Amazing. So nice to hear, Aditi. So would you say that you have much more knowledge about veganism and you can tell people who are skeptical that I know what I'm doing and I know where I'm getting my protein from? Do you feel educated and knowledgeable?
Yeah, yeah. Like I have friends who are into fitness a lot, but they're not vegans. So they keep having like, oh no, you need eggs and you need this and that. So now I can say that not really. Like everybody's protein intake is different. You have to understand your body and you have to have a diet, and you have all the alternatives that you need. Like you literally don't have to rely on those sources. So it actually, I'm kind of confident now with my diet. At least I'm satisfied.
Amazing.
Nobody's comments now really affect me because even if I can't change theirs, I'm just happy that nobody can sway me
Oh,
against it. So I'm
that's
good.
so nice to hear, Didi. It's not just changing, the way you eat. It's being so empowered of and educated to know that what you do is great for yourself, for your experience, for how you feel, and you standing in your power. About veganism, about yourself. So obviously, it was huge shift, not just in your nutrition, but even in your way of thinking, and the mindset shift was really big, which built that self-confidence and self-empowerment. Would you agree?
Yeah, definitely. It really did. I don't know. I'm just really confident and happy. That's like the only thing I can say. Yeah.
That's an amazing thing to say, and we should never feel shy to say that. We like to give compliments to others, but we should, love ourselves and give ourselves compliments too. So it's amazing when you feel confident and when you feel happy. That's music to our ears. It's so amazing. So other question for you, Aditi. I remember when we spoke in the very beginning, because you're young and you had, to ask your mom to help you, to enroll financially, and you said you discussed a lot with your mom, and you were not sure about online coaching, how it works. You in India, we in the UK,
Yeah.
how that can happen. And also, yes, I think you also mentioned that previously you worked with some personal trainers.
Yeah.
Share your experience. How is the difference between working personal trainers and how it's working online, and how it shifted for you being skeptical and actually taking, the leap of faith and doing this?
Yeah, it was actually a huge I still remember when I initially messaged and I just asked about the program and I asked about, the finances part of it. I automatically said that, I don't think this is for me because I'm still dependent on my parents. But then I spoke to my mom, and I have struggled with weight issues since I was a kid. So she's seen me.
Yeah.
Um, she's seen me, and it really does affect your overall personality and your mental health. Like if you're going anywhere, if you're not confident about yourself, it really shows, right? So we spoke about it, and we really like, how you say that you should invest in yourself right now, or you're going to end up investing in yourself later. So and also because majorly that this was a vegan diet that nobody, at least in my circle, knew about it.
Okay.
They were also skeptical about, obviously, the fact that, oh, you're not getting your nutrition right.
Yes.
So in like we discussed about all of that. We talked about the fact that I need it for my future, because at this age I can still control if I have any problems. If I have any deficiencies, I can still start, and maybe over the years it'll just go back to normal. So she was really nice about it, and I'm really glad that happened. So we spoke a lot and we discussed it. Major thing was that this was online, and like, because it's really skeptical, can get scammed. I'm really glad I didn't. But we spoke about that as well, and we didn't really tell anybody else in our family. We were just like, it's gonna be our thing.
Yeah.
If there's a scam, we're gonna control it. But luckily nothing like that happened. She even so I have worked with personal trainers because I told you, like, I've had weight problems. So um they've been amazing. Like, I wouldn't say that, because I need that motivation, like till the time they don't come or they don't call me like, you have to exercise, I just would not. But at the same time, because I had somebody like telling me that you have to exercise, kind of um made me not be accountable. So, I was never like, oh, I have to exercise. It was like, he's telling me to exercise, so I'm going to exercise. So, and at the same time, like, the whole program that you guys have created is not just about physical, like, parts of it. So it really, I still can't like explain it, but it really does affect with all of those tiny podcasts that you would send me, or the yoga sessions that would be there. Even if I was doing it in a very funny way, like if I was not getting it right, it still felt good to move my body and to just listen and have that space where it was a bubble. Like, this is what I say, like, the whole program was such a nice bubble, and I really liked doing all of that. And it was not forced. I think not at one point did you guys force me that you have to exercise here, you have to do this at this time, which I really liked. And I think another thing was the fact that what I really liked was there was really less equipment, so I could do it anytime. I would, when my family would be sleeping, I would go, because I have a really weird sleep schedule, so I'm usually up at night. So it was good because I would just go to a room. I didn't have to do anything. I just had my two dumbbells and my mat, and I did all of my exercises. It was really calming. So I think there were a lot of small things. Also the nutrition part of it, because especially because of the fact that you don't get any vegan personal trainers in India, like back home. Like there are less, or you just can't get hold of them.
Yeah.
So that really helped me because you had a proper knowledge of what I'm going through or what my diet is going to be like, and there was like constant communication, so it didn't really feel like that we're really far. I
Yeah.
had you literally there, so I just could text and be like, okay, this is the problem. Even the fact that suppose I didn't have, because I shifted right from India, I shifted here, and I still remember, like, because I didn't have my dumbbells or I didn't have my equipment, so you transformed it in that way. So all of those things were really nice, and wait, am I missing something? There's just so much.
Thank
But
you.
yeah.
You mentioned so many awesome things, and for me, think I want to emphasize and repeat from what you said that yes, personal training is also amazing. Having that, attention one on one is beautiful and brilliant. But like you said, you always felt that you did things when you've been told to do things, and you never,
Exactly.
when you left your own devices, you just don't do it because there is no one standing on your shoulder and screaming, 4, 3, 2, 1, so it's really beautiful to hear that, through online coaching, you learn how to do things, by yourself, and you have that accountability and you have that support. But most importantly, you build that trust in yourself and that power in yourself to do it. Like you find your time when you do it, like you said, with any equipment you have or don't have. And it's beautiful to hear because this lasts for lifetime, the power learning how to do things by yourself and wanting to do things for yourself. It's sustainability, so that's super beautiful to hear. And I want to come to one more question, Aditi, probably a bit more personal, but you already mentioned a few times that, you're so young, but you said through your whole life you already had big attachment to the scale, that scale number would affect your happiness. You just had, like you said, like more like a mental and emotional problems towards weight, and your self-image. And hearing now, like you said a couple of minutes ago, I feel confident and I feel happy. That just makes my heart sing. And can you just tell what was kind of the main shifts in your mindset that you moved from feeling attached to the scale to feeling awesome as you are? Like what happened? What shifted?
Um, yeah, so right, whenever I would exercise, I would literally like look at the scale every day. I would wake up and I would look at the scale. So
Yeah,
it was like a normal routine. Like, okay, you wake up, you look at the scale, you feel bad about yourself, and then you're like, oh, I'm not gonna eat more. And then you feel bad about yourself and eat more. So it was like a cycle that's going on. Um, and then there was also the thing that when I would be outside and I was not looking at the scale, I would just be really let loose. So then I would eat a lot and not really
yeah,
realize that I've gained a lot of weight, and then come back and see that, oh, I've gained a lot of weight, and then start obsessing. So it was just a really bad cycle. And even in the program, like we had like initially we had, because the Wednesdays when you actually weigh yourself, I was not waiting for the Wednesday. I would still keep weighing every day myself.
yeah,
And I still remember asking you because I had a few fluctuations, right? I would gain and lose. So I just didn't get it. Like, how is that happening? And I know that, so midweek I would gain weight, and then in the Wednesday I would lose it again. And I was just really confused.
yeah.
Yeah, I was just confused. And and then when I asked, and then I think Scott told me that, it's a lot of things. You can't just say that it's the number and that's it. Maybe you are losing weight in your size measurements, and it was actually happening. Like my clothes were fitting me better, but I would still be obsessing, like, no, the weight, the scale is showing that I'm still this weight, like, why?
Yeah.
But not realizing that I'm also gaining muscles, I'm gaining muscle mass and all of that. So,
You're
or
a
there's a
woman.
water retention. So,
Yeah. Like
yeah,
a woman, the vulva hormones cycle has 4 different weeks with different physiology. So
it was a lot. But then by the end of it, I remember that even right now, or I think in the last 1 month, I stopped looking at the scale. I was, yeah, I was just fine. I didn't even check my final goal because I was just happy. I was like, I don't want to do anymore. I am okay with this. And throughout the program, because I started it to be like a physical thing, like, oh, I have to reduce weight, it ended up being more for me in a mental and a mindful way, because I learned a lot of things, and I learned how to be okay with my body. I learned how to be just just be okay with the time, because and just know that it's going to be a continuous process. Like, what I used to really have was um train with my trainer for like a month and feel like, okay, I'm going to train and I'm going to lose weight, and then go back to my university and gain a lot of weight, and then
Yeah,
come back. So there was no
no consistency.
yeah, no consistency, right? So that's something that I've realized here, that I have to not do that. It's going to be a consistent journey. You
Yeah.
have to give yourself a year or so to to get into it, and even more, like, it has to be a general lifestyle sort of a thing, that I have to go for a walk or a run or exercise every day. If I can't go to the gym because of the lockdown, I have to go out, I have to get the air, I have to walk. I'm trying to run as well. I used to not like it, but yeah, I'm trying.
Everything changes, doesn't it, when we start coming from self-love space and then we start like understanding, like you say, this is consistent lifelong journey. And what you said epitomizes like what we are about, that it's so funny. Almost all of our clients start with weight loss goals and like physical goals. It's nothing bad about it, but we always giggle inside. It's like, that's start, because once we start, like we always say, we become too busy feeling awesome, we become too busy feeling happy, and why would I need to check that scale if I feel great anyways? So it's so beautiful to hear that you transition from being so attached to the scale, weighing in every day, which doesn't show true picture at all and just messes with your head, to
Mm.
getting to the point and you don't even weigh in because your goals are changed and you're focusing on how you feel and you focus on your mental health way more than you focus on your physical. So it's so beautiful to hear. So Aditi, if someone is sitting on the fence and thinking to start their wellness journey, but we may be a bit like not sure, a bit scared, or say, oh, holidays coming, and finding all these excuses, what would you suggest to that person who is thinking to start but maybe is a bit scared?
Um, I would just okay. I think the major line that everybody says is that you have to invest in yourself right now or you will regret it later. Because if you're having that, even a small slight thing, that it's your body, it's your time, and you have it right. So when it happened with me, when I was thinking about why should I and should I not, and there's a lot of finances involved and so many things to consider, it's not that. You have to start right now, because then you'll regret it. Oh, why didn't I do it? Like I do. Like right now, I regret the fact that why didn't I just start this, say, way back, and then I would have been feeling better like way back as well. So just start right now rather than thinking that I could have. And it's only going to get more problematic, because you have to live with yourself, right? You have to know your body, and if you're not going to start right now, nobody, I think we keep trying to like self pity and be like, oh, I'm so fat, I'm so this and that, and all those negative thoughts, and then you keep cribbing about it to others, but you're not doing anything about it. You're feeling bad about it. You're cribbing about it. Just start. And I mean, you're getting such a good opportunity here. Even if they're like, I think your videos online family, I'm really happy with the Facebook group, by the way. It's just so many things are already there, so much information's already there. So why not? Like, get that
Exactly.
push, do it,
Like,
get a better knowledge.
yeah, I think you did. Like you said in your own words, just start.
Yeah.
No better time than now. Tomorrow is not given. We live today, and no holidays, no next Monday or next year will change anything. And if it changed, it will change probably to the worse, because you will be, like you said, just thinking but not doing. So yeah, the best way to start is
And yeah, sorry, like another thing, like with the whole pandemic situation of the COVID situation, I feel like it's just even more important to be healthy. Like you,
yes,
I mean, literally the whole world is telling you to please be healthy right now, eat right, do good, feel better about yourself. And because there's also a lockdown which really affects your mental health, like I know for a fact that a few months back, if I had to stay in a lockdown and I was, because I'm a very conscious person, so I would not go for a walk. I would not get out of my house because I would be scared to just that people are looking at me while I'm walking. But now I feel much better, and going out is so important because you're stuck in the room and you're in front of your laptop or your work. You need to get a little bit of time for yourself. So
yes.
this is, I think, the most important time right now.
Yes, nature healing, that outside stimulation, and not just for physical but for mental health, like you said, it's super important. Thank you so much for bringing that up. Yes, everyone, it's we live in crazy times where health is shown how much important is. We all know it, but now we really know it. So let's all of us take care of ourselves. Thank you again, Aditi, for your beautiful insights and sharings. We truly appreciate it. Again, like I started saying, we're super proud of you. You're one of our youngest clients, and it's not too late to anyone as far as you're starting right now. So yes, again, thank you so much for trusting us, for being so brave, and taking care of your wellness, being so young, not waiting until you really have some problems. So super, super proud of you. And once again, thank you very much.
Thank you so much. I can't thank you guys enough, really. Even it's just like I don't have words for it. It's just thank you.
Thank you as
Yeah.
well.
All right. Bye.